Okay, so today we're taking a look at Orzhov BOGLES. This is a strategy that we've seen in some pretty high levels of gameplay, and it is a very, very, very aggressive game plan. Basically, what we want to do here is get a creature on the board and then load it up with a bunch of enchantment auras, and then just throw it at our opponent and hope that we can kill them before they're able to remove our threats. In this variant of it, we are playing a deck that is built around landing a threat, but then also providing us with the means to get it back into our hand in case our opponent removes it, so that we don't lose material. So let's take a look first at the creature set that we have here. I'm running two Seeds of Life's Bounty. This is a nice card to pick up in the late game when you have a big creature, but your opponent may have some like indestructible blocker that's standing in the way. This thing can get your big guy through and hopefully end the game right then and there. We have a classic here in Core Spirit Dancer. This is a creature that gets bigger with each aura that is attached to it, and it also draws when we cast an aura. There's also four SRAMs. SRAMs just draw a card every time we cast an aura. They're generally pretty good. Strictly worse than Core Spirit Dancer in this deck, though. And then finally, the card that makes this archetype worth it is Lightpaw's Emperor's Voice. Basically, this thing for 2 mana gives you a 2/2 body, but whenever a aura goes into the battlefield under your control from your hand, you get to search for something equal or lesser CMC and put it onto Lightpaws. And so that is pretty good. This basically means that your Lightpaws can just start pulling things out of your library, and that's really nice. This gives us access to a lot of things once we have Lightpaws in play. And so basically that's going to be the game plan. We want to land like 1 or 2 creatures and a Lightpaws, and then just get going with the enchantments. So I guess let's talk about the enchantments now. Over here in the 1-drop slot, we have Ethereal Armor. This is a +1/+1 for each enchantment you control, which in this deck we are going to have quite a lot of those. Sentinel's Eyes gives the creature that we put it on Vigilance, which is very, very good. A lot of the times we're making one big creature, and if that attacks, then it can't sit back and defend. So Sentinel's Eyes means that it can kind of pull dual duty. Demonic Vigor and Kaya's Ghost Form are 2 effects that are really nice to have. Basically, they mean that we can get our creature back once it is dead or put into exile. Those are really good on a Lightpaws, and yeah, generally we're going to be trying to make sure that our things come back to our hand instead of going to the graveyard or exile. Similar to Ethereal Armor, we have All That Glitters. This is a +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment, but we really only care about the enchantments in this case. And then one that's not a creature enchantment, we have Ossification as a 4 of. This is just because sometimes we would be playing against things like a Platinum Angel, and then this deck wouldn't really have any sort of way to get rid of that. So Ossifications are here as a problem lock piece removal spell. Mostly for those Platinum Angels, but if there's a big creature that is a problem to us, we have a way to remove it. And then back to the auras, we have Rune of Sustenance. This is a thing that gives us lifelink, draws a card, and is enchantment aura. So it triggers all of the things that care about those kind of texts. Lifelink is pretty good for a number of reasons. 1, it just helps us stabilize, and 2, it pairs with a card that we will see in the 3-drop slot. Here's another one that gives lifelink, Face of Divinity. This is just in here because we need another 3-drop item to tutor for the combo piece, which is Light of Promise. So this thing says whenever you gain life, put that many 1/1 counters on this creature. So this can make either the creature with lifelink very big, or you can put it just on some other creature that you want to grow, and as your lifelinkers deal damage, this will start to soak up all of the counters on it. And then finally we have Demonic Embrace. This is just a good card because it can be cast from the graveyard, and it gives our things flying, which sometimes is relevant for the sake of just having evasion. Same reason that we have Seed of Life's Bounty in here. Okay, so that is the deck. You'll notice that it is mostly white, so the mana base kind of reflects that. We only have 3 sources that cannot produce white, and I think that that's a decent enough amount. We are running just 19 lands. I had to shave a couple of lands for the ossifications to fit in here because I wasn't running them originally. You can go up on lands if you'd like, but as long as we have like anywhere between 2 to 4 lands, we should be pretty good, because as we start to thin the deck with Light Paws, those lands will become a higher and higher percentage of what is left. Okay, so that's our take on Orzhov BOGLES. Let's go ahead and see how we can do with them. Here we go. Alright, we got our round one. We got double Light Paws in the opening hand, so we can survive any removal. Alright, so it is Soul Sister's time. Let's run out of Light Paws. I think that I don't need to run out Demonic Figure right away. If I draw a land, I'll do it, but for now, I will just do an All That Glitters. We get a rune in there too? I'm not sure. So this is Scurry Oak combo, it looks like. Okay, so we did find it. Let's go ahead and All That Glitters. I'm just going to get a... probably just a Ethereal Armor, or I can get another, oh, you know what, I'll get a Sentinel's Eyes. That's pretty good, and I'll pop this on. And then I will search, and we will get an Ethereal Armor. Alright, cool. So we got a 12-12. And they're going to need to start blocking. They decide they're going to just try to get their combo out. Okay. So an All-Seed does kill them next turn. So they'll have to gain they'll have to gain a little bit more life. I can kill them. I can deal 14 damage. So I think I'm okay. Okay, so we're not quite okay because they have green and white permanents. Bummer. I will get another black mana source in here. Now, Rune of Sustenance does give us lifelink. So I will play that first. And I don't think we can give it flying for 2 mana, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what we could do is we could get an ossification. Now, there's a good rules question here as to whether or not ossification comes in on Light Paws or onto a land. I'm kind of interested to see what happens there. Let's just send it, see what happens. Okay, so it does nothing. Interesting. That is good to know. And let's see, so what can we do here? We have, of course, Spirit Dancer. Guess I will get that out of there. They do get their Trelisara, and so now it's just up to them to find either their Collected Company or Heliod plus other guy. They do need to block here. They're maintaining 2 different colors of permanence, which is tough for this L-Seed play. I am doing very well on life, so that's good. Once we get another aura, okay, so they have one more thing that they're looking for here. Alright, we found the ossification, so this means that we can go ahead and pop this out. We'll put it on this plains. I will choose to draw here, and we should have lethal, basically, is what I'm saying. I will take probably the bigger thing. Get rid of that. We will also search for something. Let's make her even bigger, 1818. And then what we will do is with our last 2 mana, we're going to play an All-Seed and give Light Paws protection from white so it cannot be blocked. Okay. Well, we navigated game 1 pretty well there, I think. Let's move on to round 2. Alright, we got round 2 here. Let's see what this hand looks like. So we have an ossification in our opener. All that glitters on a SRAM seems not terrible, and then we can ramp into a Face of Divinity on turn 3. Okay, I'll give it a try. If they got removal for SRAM, we're going to be in a world of hurt. But now we won't, because we have a light pause. So Jetmir's Garden, they're on Naya so far. Let's think about what we want this play to be. I'm going to hang out a SRAM, assuming that they have some sort of removal for him. Ooh, it's land destruction. Okay. So Shattered Sanctum means that all I can do is get a SRAM going. And okay. We're just going to have to start going in here. Worst comes to worst, I mean, we do have a 3/3 that can come back. Let's definitely get Light Paws out here. The other question is, do I want to just try to look for another land here with the SRAM draw trigger? It's hard to say. I think that if I make him big, they're going to have a hard time dealing with him. So maybe I just got to do this. This helps me look for a land, which I did not find. But it also does put the pressure on my opponent, which is pretty good. So they can take turns destroying my lands, or they can try to deal with the creature that I have out. It's 7 mana for a the 7 mana land destruction plus board wipe. Let's see what it is. Ooh, they have Judgment. Alright. So I think if that's what they have, I'm going to play this on white. I have a Light Pause here that I'd like to play. Then maybe we just go ahead and do a Core Spirit Dancer, which is the better version of SRAM in this deck. Fill it or retreat. So we're going to have to see if we can draw a land here. We did not. So that might mean that the move is to All That Glitters. Oh, this is kind of a tough one. I can Ossification too. Okay, so I have 3 moves here. 1, play a Spirit Dancer and try to set up a draw for next turn so I can find something to do with another land. I can play Face of Divinity to try to curve out, or I can try to All That Glitters and go over my opponent's head. I think I do need to try to get the draws out, especially if they're going to have more things to do. I will do the trade for Light Pause. I need to keep their board a little clean. But I don't think I'll trade a second one. I do get another Felidar Retreat trigger. Ooh, 2 Felidar Retreats. Okay. Well, the good thing here is that we have Demonic Embrace now. Let's just try to go over them. Get my draw trigger, and we have an Ethereal Armor, so now we can All That Glitters and Ethereal Armor, and we might be able to kill the opponent this turn. We'll get rid of the SRAM that they saw since we have another. And unless they can wipe the board again, I think we have lethal. Even if they do wipe the board, it's okay. So let's see if it's a board wipe. Okay, Judgment, that makes sense. We still have Demonic Embrace chilling there. I can Light Pause with Ethereal Armor, and I'll still be good. We're just going to keep the engine going. I will, in this case, get a Kaya's Ghostworm, since we do not need to be that big. Yeah, we have exactly lethal next turn once again. Running 7. Can that kill my creature? No, we're fine. It makes something with reach, though. That's annoying. Okay. So I can eat one of those creatures. So I can Ossification. I can Demonic Embrace. This will not have lifelink, so I can't make it big. Oh, I have the other Face of Divinity here. Face of Divinity. Yeah, Face of Divinity on this, finding the other 3 drop is good. Take action. We want this. Unfortunately, I cannot kill this turn. But if it is allowed to survive, then I'm looking pretty solid. The sad thing is if my opponent has another Day of Judgment hidden somewhere, then I'm going to be in a whole world of hurt. So they go in. Seems like they probably do have what we were talking about. Looks like my board's going away right now. Okay, they take some lands. Wrath of God, that makes sense. Good thing is that Oath of Kaya does come back. I get double trigger on this. I can Demonic Embrace to kill Ren in 7. Which seems pretty good. I can also just Ossification. Like, I could just go for the kill. I think flying is something that needs to happen. I take 8 next turn. They can create something that almost kills me, but what I can do is I can get rid of the thing that makes the Reachers. And oh wait, I forgot that I can just get something here and kill them. So we'll get this 7/5 and go for face. Okay, cool. We got there in the end. Yeah, the toolbox potential here of the BOGLES deck is really impressive. And that is the reason that we won that game. Alright, that was our round 2. Let's move on to round 3. Alright, we got our round 3 in here. Only a 1-lander means that I will not be taking that. It's a bit better with the Core Spirit Dancer and the Kaya's Ghost Form. We'll keep this, maybe drop a Ghost Form off. Because if I only have 1 creature, can't really make use of 2 of those. A white mana source. Nah, we're gonna just put the Godless Shrine intact. Opponent showing a Temple of Epiphany, which is not a very common card to see. 2 temples, interesting. Okay, so let's get that Spirit Dancer out. And then we'll have to start drawing next turn. Dreadhorde Arcanist, okay. So is this the Wizard's deck, maybe? Shattered Sanctum can come in for free. Let's Ghost Form first. I will draw off my Aura. And I can play a SRAM here. Start to set up on my next turn for things to do. But I am worried about damage-based removal then. So I think I just have to play like this. Nice. Light of Promise is huge. We get to swing in here, see if they want to take 6. Light of Promise is a bit early here. Unless we can find a light pause. Okay, Mentor's Guidance. Sure, that's fine. Okay, so it looks like they're not killing the Spirit Dancer right now. They can't really even utilize a Dreadhorde trigger right now either, which is good. So it looks like, oh, looks like they can do something. So they'll hit me just about as hard as I hit them actually, which is pretty cool. Dreadhorde Arcanist, what a good card. Reckless Charge is so good with that card. Okay, so I can just get a Core Spirit Dancer and SRAM and then just draw like heck after this. Play a Swamp, play that. And then if it's really bad, we can just draw. Alright. Looking pretty good here. I think we'll be able to put a near lethal... Oh, crap. Alright, that's fine. So this still has... Oh, actually Kai's Ghost Form falls off. That's pretty cool. Yeah, because it enchants something that I control. And then they gave it Double Strike? Okay. I'm fine to take 6. What are they doing out of this? They get to claim another thing. This is actually pretty interesting. I'll take 7. Alright, and then now I gotta find a way to deal 8 damage. And that should be possible here. I'm gonna go ahead and make this bigger. We will draw on all 3 here. All that glitters, I think, should do it. Let's go ahead and put it on this Spirit Dancer. And just to be sure, we will draw all the way in. And our opponent is dead. Cool. This is actually something that I hadn't thought about before. This Wizards deck using Claim the Firstborn with Dreadlord Arcanist. That's actually kind of strong. I think this does need a way to sacrifice multiple things in order to be more useful. So... at any rate, that was our round 3. Let's move on to a round 4. Okay, it's round 4 time. Let's get it. We got a Light Pause right off the bat, and of course Spirit Dancer. I like it. So we can go aggressive with the Demonic Embrace. Like, if... Oh, well, my game crashed, so I'll be right back. Alright, and we are back in here. So knowing when that happens, here we are finally. And yeah, it usually doesn't happen right at the beginning of a game, so this is kind of new. Anyway, we have our hand here, and I will play a tapped Shrine to start. So my plan here was to drop off a core Spirit Dancer unless they were a primarily creature-based deck, which it appears that they are. So that means that I am free to just drop a Light Pause, and then I could just go Demonic Embrace even. That would be pretty good. Yeah, this is just the Charizard combo deck. So if I can just go over, this is going to be strong. And so I can give my things lifelink. So I'm going to Demonic Embrace on Light Pause. This is going to be a little aggressive here. I'm going to take Light of Promise. And then with Rune of Sustenance next turn, I'm going to get a Kaya's Blessing, not Kaya's Blessing, the 1-mana Kaya enchantment. And then I should be able to outblast my opponent. Name of their game is going to be Combo, and I should be able to outlast it. Really all I'm worried about is the combo. I just need to get to a high enough life total that they can't actually make the clicks fast enough when they do combo before they time out. Okay, so Rune of Sustenance, 100%. Do I play Core Spirit thing first? I think yes, and then I have Ossification to remove their combo. Yeah, I feel great about this. Okay, so let's go ahead and probably play white. Get a Spirit Dancer first. And then let's Rune of Sustenance on Light Pause. I will draw. And then let us go ahead and Light Pause. And then I want to be safe. I mean... Okay, Light Pause is a 5/3. I could get another All That Glitters. I could do it. I could definitely do it. I'm gonna do it. I've done it. Okay, so we now get to swing in. We deal 9. Now it's an 18, 14. 1816 rather, and we are probably going to be able to kill them in one shot here. They have the Heliod. They are 1 mana away from comboing. So if they have land Scurry Oak, then we are maybe dead. I'll happily take my 6 damage. They want to give it lifelink, okay. Well, they're dead, so I think I have it. In order to just be certain, we're going to go ahead and Sentinelize on that, but looks like opponent sees it. All right, well, we are through 4 rounds, and if I am not mistaken, I think we've won all of them. Don't let that mistake you, though, because I've definitely lost quite a lot with this deck. There was a round that I played against Azorius Control, and the board just got wrathed over and over. And definitely that is a matchup that this deck cannot. So you definitely need to pick and choose those games and just, you know, realize that you won't win everything. But anyway, we are doing pretty well, all things said. Let's move on to round 5 and finish this thing out strong. All right, we got one more chance, and we could go 5-0 here. So this is not the best hand that we've seen so far, but if there's anything that is secondarily as good as Light Paws, it's going to be Core Spirit Dancer. So we're going to kind of curve out here. That means we won't be able to use the L-Seed for removal. Ooh, and this is a Tetsuko deck, which means that they're not going to have removal, so I don't feel bad at all about this Core Spirit Dancer idea. And then I cannot attack, so that is fine. So Tetsuko, I'm pretty sure means that this is going to be some sort of Infect deck, and I don't mind. So let's see. We can make a big Core Spirit Dancer and start Light of Promising it. So 2 more lands, Demonic Vigor on Spirit Dancer. Draw our card. We'll see if they have something to react to this with. Looks like no. Then we will Rune of Sustenance. We will get another redraw. So we're feeling pretty good here. Found another rune, interesting. And all that glitters is going to be great for next turn. We'll go ahead and swing with the Spirit Dancer. I mean, life doesn't really matter when the name of the game is poison, and they chump block. There must be something. Yeah, okay, Tamiyo's safety would make sense. Our life gain is still relevant here. I'm not thinking that my opponent has a very fast game plan here. We can Ossification of Tetsuko if we really wanted to. I think probably the move might just be Light of Promise, because that just makes Core Spirit Dancer really big. Draw. And we got enough lands to just keep going for quite a long time here. I am going to try to look for another creature here because I think that eventually the Core Spirit Dancer is going to die. Opponent is looking at lethal next turn. And, oh, Skithrix? Wow, okay. Yeah, that thing just straight up has Infect. Cool. They can't give it they can't give it haste, can they? So what I could do is... Oh, I can just Ossification. Wow. And then we do have lethal. Incredible. We will draw the card. And yeah, so we've got Ossifications to clear out our opponent's defenses. And wow. Well, that was quite a strong showing with Orzhov BOGLES. This is a very low to the ground deck, and I think the games today really proved that. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck, and if you'd like to check it out, take a look at the description. I make sure to put all of my deck lists in there for each video. So, yeah, I guess I don't have too much more to say. Hope you enjoyed, and before I go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Those things help me out quite a lot. And yeah, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.